say hello to all the good folks here at Bethel. So it's a privilege and an honor for me to be here this morning in the house of the Lord. I grew up in a small town called New Bern, North Carolina, and I was an only child. My parents both worked at Cherry Point Air Base. My dad was a shop foreman and my mom was a budget analyst. And when I was born, in my first 3 years, almost 4 years, we lived in low to moderate income housing just outside of the base. And that was where I started out. Then my dad, as he said, bought a little piece of land. And he and some friends and some professional help as well built a little 3-bedroom house that I grew up in, sharing with my paternal grandmother. I had a wonderfully close family. My parents were hardworking. They didn't believe in debt. When my dad built the house that I grew up in, there was no mortgage. He had saved, and that's kind of the ethics that I grew up with. You know, he never had a car payment. He never had a new car, but he always had a good car. And so I learned that kind of work ethic growing up. I met my husband, Vince McMahon, as I was singing in the choir of Battleground Park Baptist Church. He walked in, I thought he was kind of cute. And I was 13, he was 16. And if truth be told, I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to the sermon that day. Neither of us were born with silver spoons in our mouths. Vince lived in a trailer park for a while. His parents were divorced, and he grew up in kind of hard times. But we are here today as a testament that the American dream can be had in this country if we have the opportunity for that American dream. When he and I first started out, we went bankrupt at one time. We lost everything we had. We lost our home. It was auctioned off. Our cars, we didn't have any credit. But we were able to come back, and you know what? It didn't get us down. We never felt defeated. We were young, but we never felt defeated. And I think it's like Martin Luther King Jr. said, you know, faith is taking that first step when you can't see the whole staircase. But I know what it's like. It's to lose a job, to not be able to make that mortgage payment time and time again, to have bill collectors calling, because it's a hard time in many of us today in this recession, with unemployment so high and really not being able to find jobs. I can relate to that. I've built a good, solid business, World Wrestling Entertainment, that is now traded on the New York Stock Exchange. But it was a building blocks. And we built an industry from just a traveling road show to today a very responsible corporate citizen. Wasn't called. My phone wasn't ringing off the hook. People weren't saying, boy, you've got to run for the United States Senate. I decided it was a banner I wanted to take up because I felt I could make a difference. So I've funded this campaign with money I've earned so that I don't have to be beholden to special interests. I am concerned about jobs, and please be sure on November 2nd to vote, and to vote for the person that you think is going to be able to do the best for you and for your community, your state, and your nation. Thank you very much.
She was even shorter than one of Annie's speeches. We look forward to you, whether or not, if you get elected or not, we have an open door at Bethel. You are also always welcome to come and worship with me.